So potato rostis are usually shallow fried, but we will roast ours in the oven today, and this will lower the amount of oil used, so there'll be fewer calories. Happy days, this is good news, Rysy. I've always loved a rosti, but I think it's important to adapt how things have traditionally been done to try something healthier, but still aiming to make something as close to the original as possible. Another exciting aspect of our recipe today is the comparison of two different oils, sunflower and extra virgin olive. So we'll explore which oil yields the best results and provides you with a valuable insight into which oil you should try when you make this at home. Isn't that good news, Rysy? And then finally, stay after the taste test as we will be discussing each oil's different health benefits. And if Rysy is lucky, are you feeling lucky? Feeling lucky? You might get to try some potato too. You want some potato? You want some potato? Okay, so let's get going. So the first thing you need to do is to grate your potatoes, or if you've got the grater mega function in a food processor, you should use that. I absolutely love a food processor. If you haven't got one already, get one. You'll never regret it. So once you have grated your potatoes, either traditionally or mechanically, you don't have to do this step, but I really do recommend doing it. So I'm just going to soak them in salty water for at least an hour or so, and this is just to help get rid of some of the starch and some of the water, all the water actually, from the potato. So this should help crisp up a little bit as there's less water to kind of cook out. So yeah, the water leaves the potato via our old friend osmosis. Then on to removing the water and then just giving it a wash. So the wash is just to remove any of the starchy liquid that was that it was soaking in. So giving a nice big old rinse and then squeezing out as much water as possible. Yeah, you don't need to worry too much about if there's some water left, as this will turn into steam during cooking, and this will help cook the rosti through. So splitting the grated potato into two batches. So one batch will be olive oil, one batch will be sunflower oil, just to see if there's any difference between the two. But doing exactly the same, but adding the same to both. So adding a tablespoon of cumin seeds and just under a tablespoon of paprika. Then 2 tablespoons of oil to each. So each rosti will have about 1 tablespoon of oil. So you do need baking paper for this to stop it sticking. But it's a lot easier to kind of form the rosti shape that you want because you're not touching a hot frying pan. So making whatever shape you want, you can make them big or small, bigger than this, smaller than this, it really is up to you. But the thickness is maybe about 1.5 centimeters, 2 centimeters. So the ones on the left are sunflower oil, the ones on the right will be from the extra virgin olive oil, and then they're going to go into the oven at 200 degrees for 30 minutes. So you can do it for a little bit longer if you want more crispy bits, but I think 30 minutes is a good time. And then here we go, all done. So on to the taste test. Right, so on to taste test time. No Rysy here, sadly. I don't think it's very nice to be eating potato rostis so close to a cute little dog. So we've got the two rostis. So we've got the extra virgin olive oil and sunflower oil. So visually, almost identical, basically the same. On to the tasting. So doing sunflower first. That's so good. Nice and crispy on the outside, a bit fluffy on the middle. Beautiful. And then you can really taste the cumin and paprika. Okay, onto that extra virgin olive oil. Exactly the same. So both are incredibly tasty and really enjoyable. But as we'll talk about in a second, as we'll talk about right now, put the food away. But extra virgin olive oil is always the way to go. All right, let's go get Rysy back. Hey, Rysy's back. Who's a good girl? You a good girl? On to talking about the oils. So extra virgin olive oil is always the way to go when it comes to healthy oil choices, as I discussed in more detail last week. Check out that video to learn more. But what are the main differences between sunflower oil and olive oil? Both are healthy fats, as they are unsaturated, and as you have to consume fat as part of your balanced diet, you might as well make it a healthy one. However, the main difference is that olive oil contains more polyunsaturated fats and a greater number of micronutrients. Yes, it does, Rysy. Meaning it's got more antioxidants and more polyphenols. Both of compounds are so important for a healthy body, and like I said last week, we will learn more about these throughout future videos. It's good news, isn't it, Rysy? Yes, it is. But where sunflower oil does win is with the higher amount of vitamin E and K. So vitamin E is needed for healthy skin, eyes and immune system, and vitamin K is required to form blood clots. It is just worth mentioning that heating olive oil does remove some healthy compounds. However, a study conducted by the University of Barcelona found that the oil still contains many antioxidants and polyphenols, mainly because it originally started with such a high number. What are you doing looking at the table? There's nothing on there. So what's your favourite food containing polyphenols? Do you have any recipes you would like to see containing them? So drop your thoughts and comments below. So yeah, the final factor that might have some of you concerned about using olive oil in cooking is the smoke point. Are you one of those people getting concerned? So this is the temperature at which the oil starts to smoke and break down, resulting in horrible flavour. However, this is not a problem in today's recipe, as the food was cooked at 200 degrees, which is 10 below the smoke point of olive oil and 30 degrees below that of sunflower oil. Now on to Rysy! Woo, Rysy! It's time for your potato time. So this is not the first occasion that you've had a little potato snack on the channel before. Who's a good girl? Do you want it? Yes. So we already know that they need to be plainly cooked and without any skins, but what you will get is a healthy serving of vitamin C and B6, you lucky, lucky dog. Yes, you love potato, don't you? Yes, you do. So there we go. That is it for today. As always, thank you for watching. And if you have enjoyed it, like, subscribe, tell all your dog friends, tell all your friends as well. And if you want more olive oil facts, then click over here. See you later. See you. Bye-bye. Bye now.